Hey, everybody. John here again. Welcome back. Today, I want to talk about the first year of my holding the American Express Delta SkyMiles Platinum card. And if you all remember, I got this card exactly a year ago. Um, I so the reasons why I got it, just a little bit of a backstory. I was going on my first international trip last year, right at this time, and I tried to get the American Express Platinum card because I wanted access to the Delta Sky Clubs when I was going to and from Iceland. And I tried, was in pop up jail for any kind of welcome offer on the Platinum card. So I decided to relent and thought, okay, well, I'll go for the American Express Delta SkyMiles Platinum card. It will still give me access to the Sky Clubs, albeit with a $50 fee, but I'll still have access to the Sky Clubs as I'm traveling to and from. And I was in pop up jail for that card as well. Um, I tried a few times. I was in pop up jail for the welcome offer. So, because I wanted the access to the lounges so badly on my trip, I decided to get this card with no welcome offer. So I got the card. As a matter of fact, I think it was delivered on September 12th of last year. And I got the card, no welcome offer. I was happy in a way because I knew I would have access to the lounges. I was not happy about not getting a welcome offer, but it is what it is. I got the card without it. So, uh, yeah, so got the card. It worked out really well on my trip to and from Iceland. As a matter of fact, I ended up not having to pay any fees at all because, again, going back to last year with this card, you had to pay a fee of $50 to get into the Sky Clubs, and so I ended up not having to pay anything at all. And I guess there was some, as I was traveling, I visited the Sky Club here in Kansas City. I was flying through Detroit for my trip last year, visited the Sky Club at Detroit's airport, and also visited the Sky Club on the way back home from Iceland at Detroit as well. So I got 3 visits in. I ended up not having to pay a fee at all. There was some, I guess they were having some technical glitch with my card for some reason, and it wouldn't charge a fee or anything for entry, but the attendants at Kansas City and also at Detroit let me into the Sky Club without charging me a fee because of the technical issues. So I got $100 worth of value there. Well, $100, not being charged $100 that I was expecting to be charged. And then as I was coming back from Iceland, uh, you get complimentary Sky Club uh, access because of the seat I was flying in, which is the premium select seat on that aircraft, which is basically the first class of that plane. Uh, on my way back in, so I automatically got access to the Sky Club. So yeah, it worked out really well. As we all know, also since from that time to now, there have been a few changes made to the Platinum card, right? So the annual fee, number one, went up from 250 to now it's 350, right? Also too, because of the changes to the card and changes to lounge access and whatnot, the lounge access on this card got taken away effective January 1 of this year. So this card was no longer getting access to lounges at all. Um, Also too, with those changes, uh, there were some new credits introduced as well to the card. So for the 350 annual fee, they also gave us $150 Delta Stays credit on the card. They also gave us a $120 rideshare credit on the card, and they also gave us $120 Resi credit on the card as well. Now we know the rideshare credit and the Uber credit are in $10 increments monthly. The Delta Stays credit is a one time. You use it and you get the 150. You book through Delta Stays and you get the 150 credit back on your booking. Um, the Delta Stays credit has been super easy to use. I used it to book a room back in May for graduation out of town. It was super easy, and it was fantastic. So worked out really well. And the rideshare credits, the Resi credits, um, you can say what you will about the credits. I know that the credits are kind of demonized in the credit card niche space, and I totally get it. Um, do I think this card works for everybody? No, I do not think the card works for everybody. I think this is a great card if you are able to utilize the ride shares and Resi easily. I mean, I live in Kansas City. There are several Resi restaurants here, half of which I actually like to eat at. So, so the credit's easy. Ride shares, I tend to use ride shares at least once a month. So, especially if I'm traveling to the airport, I mean, I will utilize the rideshare credit in that manner. Um, like I said, I tend to use ride shares once a month. So if I'm not traveling, heck, I'll even, like I've said before, I'll even Uber to the Resi restaurant so I can knock out both credits at one time. And I know people ask, why would I do that? You're spending money that you wouldn't normally spend. Um, and so I decided that I wanted to Uber to Resi restaurants because I might decide I want to have a adult beverage or two, and spending, $20 on a Uber ride is a lot cheaper than spending several thousands of dollars to pay for a appearance in court for DUI. So I find value in that credit very highly. So yeah. So for me, in my use case, it's really simple to use. Right? There's no mental gymnastics. It works really well. I don't see this card working out well for people that live in areas where they can't get to a Resi restaurant, they don't have ride shares, or that lifestyle, quote unquote, those habits, those things aren't things that you would normally do. So if you aren't normally going to, Resi restaurants, or if you aren't normally using ride shares, then it's going to be difficult for you to use. Um, for me, it's easy. This is within my wheelhouse, so it works out really well for me. Um, but again, I don't say it works for everybody, but it does work for me. Everybody's case is different, right? Everybody's situation is different. That's what I emphasize on my channel. The cards I talk about are the cards that work for me in my situation as of this moment. They may not work for everybody else. Everybody's different. So, you know, hopefully what I talk about helps uh, you all watching to make decisions about what cards would or would not work for you. So anyway, that's been my use of the card so far this year. Now, with the annual fee coming up of $350, the question is, will I keep the card for the next year? The answer is yes, and here's why. Again, the 150 Delta Stays credit is easy. The ride share and Resi credits are easy. So utilizing all those credits, that's like 390 in credits to offset the $350 annual fee. So you're so I'm getting that value plus $40 in value theoretically. So all those things are easy for me. But also too, I will have Delta silver status next year, and I need to hold on to this card for that status. And what silver status will do for me is I want to see how well it works for me as far as getting upgrades. So being in Kansas City, we're not a Delta hub. But next to Southwest Airlines, Delta has the second most flights into and out of Kansas City. So I want to test the upgrade situation with being a silver status and see, with all my trips I have planned next year. And so far I'm flying all Delta flights. I want to see how well getting upgraded works from Comfort Plus, which is the bare minimum I would ever fly, up to first class. So I want to see how well that works next year. Also, too, I will get my companion certificate when the card renews next. And right now I'm a single guy, still looking for my lady. And if I find her and things work out well, this card comes with a companion certificate, which can be very valuable. And so, I want to see how well the companion certificate works if I find my lady, and utilize that certificate and get that experience and see how well, what kind of a trip that myself and the future Mrs. John potentially could could go on. Um, so yes, I'm going to give the card a whirl for another year, see how well the upgrades work, see how the companion certificate works out, and keep utilizing those credits that are easy for me to utilize. But anyway, that's all I had in this video today. So I want to hear what you all think in the comments section below. Let's talk about this. See what your viewpoints are. Tell me if I'm missing something as well, and maybe I'm not thinking about something correctly. So anyway, that's all. Uh, Also, too, I'm looking to grow my channel, as I always say at the end of my videos. I'm marching toward 500 subscribers right now. Um, it would mean the world to me if you find value in my videos, you like my videos, if you would actually click the like button and also subscribe to my channel. For one thing, it's free, doesn't cost you anything but a couple of seconds of your time to click those two buttons. But it also gets my channel more visible to more people on YouTube as well. And I greatly appreciate that. And that's what I'm trying to do is grow the channel. So I appreciate your time. Again, let's talk about this in the comment section below. And until next time, be good to each other, please. And until then, bye for now.